I was really kind of scared at the beginning when there was no kitchen cabinets, and when I realized I had to use that freaking shower, and then when I realized that there wasn't like any landscaping or like any interior decorating stuff really. I was so scared of how this was going to come out. Hello YouTube, my name is sezrawrr and welcome back to my alphabet building series in The Sims 4. If you're new here and you have no idea what I'm talking about, basically I suck at building houses in The Sims, so I make silly builds on purpose. They're not supposed to be good, but they are supposed to be functional. I build a house in the shape of each letter of the alphabet, and then the extra twist on the challenge is I also only use build and buy options that start with that letter in the catalogue. So for example, today we're doing the letter E. I can let you know now that there were no kitchen counters that start with the letter E in the Sims catalogue. So that puts a little extra fun twist on this challenge, trying to make a functional house with all the things that you need to make it functional, while also having it start with that letter of the alphabet. So I have mentioned that we are doing the letter E today, which means we have done A, B, C, and D. They were all very fun builds, and they all came out a whole lot better than I was hoping. So let's get into the letter E. Straight away, I was so stoked with this shape. I knew it was going to be so easy to build the shape, and to even do the roofing, it was going to be like the easiest lot that I've had to do yet, and I was so excited for just an easy breezy time with the roofing. I really just had to make sure that there was going to be enough space in this house for us to place beds, like having a bedroom that is wide enough to be able to place beds, because I did use a smaller lot, and then also making sure that the roof was connected seamlessly, that there was no clipping or any parts that were like standing taller than other parts. You know, it just wanted to look seamless, and I was able to achieve that. It was fantastic, but of course it was the very easy shape. It's all just rectangles, and that's pretty easy to work with, even for someone who's not good at building in The Sims. But let me show you the floor plan that I've got in store, and then we'll get into the speed build of me building this house. I've already got the lights that I use in place in some of it. So you'll see we've got the front door down here. To the immediate right, we're going to have the kitchen, and then to the immediate left, we're going to have a little like dining nook area, and then this whole big stretch is going to be the living space. I felt like that was probably just going to be the easiest way to have it be one big long open space. This room is going to be the bathroom, and then this room is going to be the bedroom. So it is a 1 bed 1 bath house. Honestly, I wasn't sure how I was going to work any of this out once I saw the wallpaper swatches that we have to use in this house. So this is the wallpaper that gets used for the outside, and then we use these 3 wallpapers on the inside. This door is the front door, and this door is the door that gets used on the inside of the house. These windows get used through the main part of the house, and these windows get used in the kitchen and in the bathroom as well. Let's get into the speed build. I'm really excited to show you me building this house and talk about the vibes. And you'll see straight away that I've got the windows, the doors, well, I'm putting the windows in now, but all the wallpaper is in place, the flooring that we're using is in place, and a lot of the furniture is in the right area. The bedroom was really the only one that was mostly complete by the time I got around to this point, so I decided to start there because I kind of knew what I was going to be able to do for that. So the vibes that I get from this house, straight away it's completely different to everything I've ever done before. So I had this vibe immediately of like an elderly couple who live in this house, because there's no double bed that start with the letter E, so I had to use 2 single beds. And I've been watching some like 60s TV shows recently where that was like a common thing. You would have like couples that sleep in separate beds. And then just some other vibes I got with like the choices of wallpaper, the choices of like the dining area, the fireplace, the bookshelf. It all just felt more antique, and so I had this vibe of like an elderly couple that have retired that live in this gorgeous little kind of cottage space. It kind of feels like a cottage to me, but then at the same time it also feels like maybe they've done some renovations, but there's still some quirky things about this house, you guys, trust me. So I've laid out the bedroom, I've laid out pretty much the lounge room. We get to the kitchen though, and I've already mentioned that there's no kitchen counters that start with the letter E. There are kitchen island counters that start with the letter E though, which is really annoying that the counters that match these island counters do not start with the letter E. Super annoying. super annoying for me. But anyway, it was just a nightmare trying to lay this out and have it be a functional kitchen. But I did use this little like cabinet thing that came with the Dream Home Decorator pack that's like a modular piece, so you can section pieces together, and generally you'd make like a TV cabinet with them, but it kind of just works to be kind of like a big pantry. We kind of have some storage with that. It looks pretty decent. I'm pretty stoked about it, not gonna lie. So thank God that was able to make the kitchen come together a little bit. The sink was annoying though. More on the vibes that I was getting, I felt like we have like this elderly couple, male and female. They're both retired. I had this kind of feeling that maybe he was a teacher in his career. We've got some things like there's like the research computer that started with the letter E, but they don't have a normal computer. They only have this research computer. And then there's like an experimental lab table. So I thought maybe he would be like a teacher in his life. And then we have an easel outside, and I thought maybe she was a crafty person, like maybe she was a painter. We've also got the rocking chair and like the pegboard on the wall in their bedroom. So maybe she's more of like crafts / painter in her career, and then they've retired to this cottage. Now, I know you've seen that I'm doing some stuff with benches in the kitchen with the sink. I wanted to try putting the pedestal sink inside one of the benches to see if it would work. I play tested it though, and the sink did not work, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to do that. It's really coming together really quickly. This was probably the quickest speed build that I've done. It's probably the quickest build in this series that I've done, and honestly, it's kind of one of my favorites, the end result. It's really, really cute in my opinion. So we have the two spaces in the letter E on either side of the bathroom, and on either side of the bathroom we have these separate areas. So on the lower half we've got this little outdoor dining area with just a little outdoor table. It's very basic there. There wasn't really a lot of decor that starts with the letter E. There really wasn't just a lot in general that starts with the letter E, which is unfortunate. I wasn't able to flesh this house out as much as I would like. So then in the upper part we've got the easel, so she kind of has like an outdoor painting studio. I thought that would be super cute. And then with the landscaping, it was a nightmare. We've got like 3 different kinds of trees that start with the letter E, no flowers, no bushes, no rocks that start with the letter E. So it's just trees. It's a jungle kind of looking wonderland in there. And then this flower box is like the only like thing that I could kind of picture being outdoors, so I use it in this whole like artist studio space just to kind of have some greenery there. And then there was only like 3 indoor plants as well. There was the Christmas tree, and there was a little vase, and then there was a big like random weird kind of looking thing, and they're the only plants that I was able to use. Thankfully I was able to use them in a way that I feel still looks really nice and kind of ties the whole thing in together. Looks very cottagey in my opinion. I just really like it, and thank goodness as well for the new cottage living expansion pack. Is that what it's called? Country cottage living? I can never remember. But the fence that came in with that, the little stone fence that I use in this build, came with that pack, and it was essential. It just adds to this cottage feel. It feels so much like a cottage. But that is the end of the speed build, you guys, and I'm super excited to do the final walkthrough. So this is the letter E house from the front. How freaking charming does this look? So we have that wallpaper that was used, that front door with the knocker that was used. That reminds me so much of the Labyrinth. If you've seen the Labyrinth, you're gonna know exactly what I mean. Iconic. So I just love the look of this though, with the evergreen trees. The roofing is the eco thatching, I think it's called, or something like that. And then the trim was also eco something as well. So it starts with the letter E, and that's perfect. It just adds to this eccentric cottagey vibe. I love that from the front, and there's just so much greenery. Like you look up and there's all of our trees. It's just so much greenery. So you come in the front door and you're greeted by a dinosaur picture, a couch, and a nectar bar. To the right we have got the kitchen, and it's definitely not my best work, but it's gonna have to do. Again, I say thank goodness that we had the Dream Home Decorator pack and we're able to use that modular like cabinets to make a fake pantry, because there was nothing else that I could use. We've got a coffee machine, The fridge is sick. I know you may be like, but there's nothing to cook with. We do have the inbuilt stove from the Dream Home Decorator pack as well. There's no stovetop though, so for whatever reason, if you do decide you want to play with this house in your game, you're only going to be able to cook meals that require the oven or just require a counter. You're not going to be able to cook meals that require a stovetop in this house. So I just thought that was a little bit quirky and fun, and at least you can cook meals. It is functional in that way. So then we'll swing back around and we've got this little dining space right here, and just kind of like adding to the vibes of like, this is an elderly couple. It's very pristine looking. They've got like the seat covers on their seats because they want to preserve their seats. That's just something that I picture like an elderly couple doing in their house. I just really like the vibes, and I know you're seeing that fireplace. Thank goodness this fireplace started with the letter E as well, because I really didn't know how I was going to fill this space. I mean, as it is, it feels pretty open, so we'll take a little swing down. That is the lounge space. And then we've got a door here to the outside, just like the outdoor eating area. There's really nothing out here though. It really just is that table, because like I said, there wasn't a lot for decor, there wasn't a lot for landscaping, so I couldn't really dress that up, unfortunately. Then through this lion knocker door, we've got the bathroom, because you want some privacy. You don't want windows into your bathroom, so I used that door. And then this is the other end of the lounge room where we've got the TV, we've got the little like research computer and the experimental lab table, and I put the element sign there as well. So then through this door at the end, we've got the bedroom, and I might start here now because I really love the bedroom. The bedroom was definitely the easiest room to put together. So this is the door, and when you look, you can see through the door, but when you walk in through the door, this is what you see. You see some trees clipping through the roof, but that's just the way that it is. I'm sorry. So we've got the 2 single beds, which is funny again because it's the single beds that start with the letter E, but then the double bed that is in this same shape does not start with the letter E. And this is what I mean, where it kind of feels like they've tried to upgrade the house a little bit. Like the bed frames are very modern, but then there's elements of the house that are just very vintage looking, like the wallpaper, and we've got this more vintage looking mirror over here. But let's head back out into the lounge room and we'll check out the artist's studio part of the letter E, which is through this door, this outdoor space. So we've got flowers just all around, and there's actually a tree right there as well that looks like it's clipping through the roof. It is not clipping through the roof, it just fits perfectly next to that awning. I thought this was just a really cute little space with the flowers everywhere, the easel right there. This fence just looks fantastic. I'm so happy that I was able to have that fence in time to build this build, because it just fits in so perfectly. And then taking another swing back around, the only thing we've got left to see inside this house is the bathroom, and there is a reason I've left it for last. Now, I didn't talk very much about the bathroom when I was doing the speed build, but the bathroom was also a challenge, and this is kind of where the eccentric part really comes into play. I mean, if you thought the kitchen was eccentric, oh, you've got another thing coming when you see this bathroom. So when you walk through this door, this is what you see. You are greeted just by the shower. It's kind of in your way. So this is the shower that I had to use. It is a shower tub combo, so thank goodness that we have both a shower and a tub. There is a very empty wall here because, like I said, there really wasn't much for decorating. And then the only mirror I could use in here was this mirror. So it definitely just feels really, really odd. And then with like the single light bulb, I just thought that was just the cherry on top for this really eccentric kind of odd bathroom. Thank goodness for this little decorational piece. It's the emergency laundry kit. Thank goodness I was able to flesh this room out a little bit more. We've got the toilet and then we've got the sink. And because I couldn't put a mirror behind the sink here, I just decided to put windows all the way around, just to try and not have it be such a big empty room. So that's the bathroom. It's definitely my least favorite room in this entire house. I do not like it at all. And honestly, that even starts with the wallpaper. Like, I just can't, but I had to use it. And I did also use this wallpaper in the kitchen as well. For some reason, I feel it flows better in the kitchen though. I don't know, that's odd. And then if I get out of here and zoom on out, we've just got trees like everywhere, just trees all around this entire building is just trees because there was no other landscaping that I could do, so you're just gonna be like a little green fairy tale cottage. As always, I do have to say I am so surprised by how this house came out. I was really kind of scared at the beginning when there was no kitchen cabinets, and when I realized I had to use that freaking shower, and then when I realized that there wasn't like any landscaping or like any interior decorating stuff really, I was so scared of how this was going to come out. And it's a quaint little fairy tale cottage. But if you guys do decide that you do want to place this in your lot, it will be on the gallery. So it will be under the letter E house. It uses a lot of packs. And I say this in all of these videos, but when I am building these houses, because the specific challenge is to then also use build and buy options that start with the letter E, I'm literally searching through every single item that is available in this game to use in these houses. So that being said, I'm in a position where I'm lucky enough to be able to have all the packs. I'm really sorry if you do not have all the packs, but there might be like a couple of packs that are used where I use one thing. Like the Sims Cottage Living, I only use the fence. So for a lot of these, there'll just be like one thing that I use from that pack. So if you do still want to give it a try and see if you could replace the thing that's missing with something else, you can if you like. So 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, it is 60,723 simoleons fully furnished. I think that might be the cheapest house so far. That being said, it is only on a 20 by 15 lot, so it is very small, but was just so perfect again for those cottagey vibes. I absolutely love it. So if you do want to download this from the gallery, my gallery ID is sezrawrr, the same way that it's spelt here, just without plays on the end, so that you can download that for yourself if you like. So if you would like to see me build more houses in the shapes of letters, the letter F is coming up, and it's going to be interesting to use a similar shape but have a completely different vibe, hopefully, is what I'm going to be looking for in that video. So if you'd like to see that video or any other videos that I've got coming out on The Sims in the future, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload. And if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leave me a comment as well. Let me know what your favorite part about this house is. I honestly love the exterior. With the trees everywhere, the exterior is just amazing. I also really love the bedroom, and I love like the fireplace area when you can kind of look back from the dining room to the fireplace. That's just really nice to me, but I am biased because I built this house. So let me know what your favorite part of it is in the comments down below. But guys, I hope you're having the greatest day ever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!